Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Ellen Barrett, and thank you for joining us today. We have a great show for you, and with me now I have Kyle Flanagan. Now you're the Director of Business Development over at the Madison Capitals, and we also have Garrett Suter, Head Coach and GM. Thanks for being with us today, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming on the show. I'm really excited to talk about this because it's just a great, sport community here in Madison that's local, local people, local faces, and it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. So now you guys are entering your third season in the USHL, or United States Hockey League. So what's the next step for the franchise, both on and off the ice?
Off the ice, obviously, we're just looking to continue to build. We want more. Build the brand,
right,
but also build on the partnerships and sponsorships that we have with our communities, companies here in the area, as well as our fan base is most important to us.
Awesome stuff. And now, Garrett, this is your first season as the head coach and general manager, so congratulations.
Thank you.
That's super exciting. So how would you describe your coaching style?
I think I would consider myself a player's coach. I like to be approachable. I don't want to have any gaps or barriers. I mean, we're dealing with 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, so we still have to teach them how to be good people and how to do the right things in school, do the right things in the community, and I think that's the way it'll translate onto the ice.
That's a great point because, like you said, these are teens, kids in high school sometimes, and, really impactful age group where you can really make a difference, and also playing a really fun sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. And now, Kyle, you have your home opener, October 14th. What do you guys have planned?
For that first day, the first 500 fans that come through the door, they'll get a rally towel presented by Alliant Energy. Along with that, it's against the Green Bay Gamblers. They are the only other team here in the league from the state of Wisconsin. So with that, we have a little competition set up with them called the Cheese Cup. What it is.
I love it.
Yep, we have 4 home games there, 4 home games here. Last 2 years, our Capitals have actually won the Cheese Cup. Along with that, we have presenting sponsors with the Milk Marketing Board, Emmy Roth USA, and the Mouse House Cheese House. So there will be a sample table for people to go around, try some fancy little cheeses from all over the state. It'll be a good, fun environment.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yep.
With cheese.
Oh, yeah.
It's how you bring the people in. I like it.
People love their cheese.
They do love their cheese. I'm one of them, for sure. And now, Garrett, your father's legacy, obviously, is prominent in the hockey community and also really big here in Madison. It's a big name. So what does it mean for you to follow in his footsteps and teach the sport you both love?
I think it's huge. Obviously, It's really important to me and my brother. Ryan got involved with the team because he wanted to help youth hockey in the area. Obviously, our dad was still alive at that time, and he was excited to be part of it. And our dad was excited for Ryan to be one of the owners and to have a USHL team back in Madison. And I had taken over the rink after he passed and taken over the youth program. So after Ryan asked me to do this, it just seemed like the next step. And now we just hope to build, obviously, the Madison Capitals, both the youth and the USHL, but also, hockey in general in this area.
Absolutely, and it's just super exciting stuff. If you have the time to head out to the game on October 14th, it sounds like it's going to be a great time, and what a great addition to our community as well. And now, Kyle, you grew up in Oregon and have been close to the Suter family. So what does it mean to have the Capitals organization in Madison and the hockey community here now in the Madison area? For
the Capitals itself, it's just something that Madison can continue to build on. It's one of their own. It was started by the Suter family, but also the Ryan family. And it's just built up to now. And now to have it come to this point where we can have an avenue like the Caps in the USHL to allow these young athletes the opportunity to further their hockey careers, it's a big deal. Now, in terms of the hockey aspect of it, we have a very unique situation now with our current team. Anthony Callan, he's going to be the first ever player that started at the lowest level of the Capitals youth organization and work every team up to our USHL team.
Wow.
So it just kind of builds on, the traditions, the hockey families itself. Garrett can speak on this especially, there's family generations working their way through our program now, from the earliest times up to now. So it's just a big avenue now in terms of just giving that extra opportunity, but still to build on the relationships that's been built over the decades here.
Absolutely, and quick before we go here, Garrett, how does the team look? What can we expect to see?
They're good. We're young. We got a lot of guys that it's their first year in the league and first year playing juniors, but we have a lot of talent, and they work hard, and they push themselves, and they're coachable. So, should be good, should be exciting. It'll be fast-paced, and it'll be physical, but it'll be fun to watch.
Can't ask for anything more than that, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Garrett and Kyle, thank you guys for being with us today with the Madison Capitals. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
And stay tuned to Talk of the Town. We'll be back with more right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town, and with me now I have Mark Meehee, and you are the president of Midwest Financial Group, and today we're going to talk about financial planning. Thanks for being with us today.
Oh, my pleasure, Ellen.
It's great to have you here, and we're going to cover a lot of different topics, so we've got a lot of information, so I'm going to dive right into it here. So the term financial planning is a pretty broad term. What would you say your description is or definition of financial planning?
Well, Ellen, I'd say to start, financial planning should require and involve a written financial plan.
Okay.
A written financial plan is really a roadmap that's going to take you to your ultimate financial destination. And with anything as important as retirement, you really should have a map that's showing you and guiding you to where you want to end up.
Now, in regards, I'm kind of applying this to my own life here and applying it to myself. Is financial planning for everyone, or is it just for certain people or age groups? Because I think that's what people think, or I guess what I've thought.
And I think that's a very typical misconception.
Yeah.
I really think financial planning is for everyone. It's just that all people are at a different stage in their financial life. So a person who's younger and starting out is going to have different issues that they need to address than a person who's near or in retirement. So really everyone has that need for financial planning. It's just that the questions and answers are going to be different depending upon where you are in your financial life.
Now, something I heard you say is planning process. So could you just explain that a little bit more and describe some of the things you might address, I guess, in the planning process?
Certainly. There are many, many different things. We could spend an hour talking about everything that's involved.
I'm sure.
But really, if you think about anything that involves your financial life, it could be talking about saving money for a down payment on a house, or what type of a mortgage you get, or is this even a good time to buy a house? We talk about college education or retirement, your employer's retirement plan. What's the best investment to have? What's the best allocation of the investments to have? We can talk about wealth transfer to children, to another generation, about taxes, tax consequences currently or in the future, how you set up a plan and the things that you do that's really going to put you in the best position to take advantage of all those opportunities that are available.
I know you just listed a ton of different things you can look at, and I'm sure that you can help people with, which is awesome, but what would you say are the one or two most important things you do for people who work with you?
Well, I would say the two most important things are, number one, setting solid goals to help people talk through and think of what their goals really are, and then set them and write them down so we actually have it. So many people say, I want to retire someday, but we have to talk about, when do you want to retire? How much money will you need in retirement? So getting that solid goal set and then initiating that goal and starting taking actions. If you don't start, you'll never get there. So we need to actually start the plan and then work with and monitor the plan along the way through the years to be sure that you do stay on track.
It's interesting because that's good advice for any goals you want to set, is when it's kind of just this thought up in the air, unless you put it into words, unless you put it on paper, it's hard to reach. So it kind of applies to all things in life.
There's no reason why this should be different.
Absolutely. And now what you do seems kind of complex, I guess, with income projections or taxes and inflation investment analysis. So would it be helpful for someone to get more background information or educational materials on some of these topics before meeting with you?
That's kind of a yes or no answer.
Okay.
It's very important, and we think it's important for people to be educated on why we recommend the things that we do.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's so much information available today, we find that oftentimes information doesn't mean knowledge, information creates confusion.
That's very true.
Because there's so information that's so broad that doesn't apply to someone very specifically. And every person is very unique. That'd be like me saying, Ellen, here, these glasses work perfectly for me, so you should always wear them.
Right.
Well, they're not going to work for you. The same way with our financial lives, we have to be very specific to a person's individual situation.
That's a really good example. That's a good point there, and a good way to, I think, explain it to people that it's not a one shoe fits all or one size fits all
Absolutely.
type of deal. And so someone's thinking that they could maybe benefit from a meeting with a financial planner like yourself. Is there a question they could ask themselves to help gauge their best course of action?
Well, I would think there's two things a person could ask themselves. First of all, if they're going to work with someone, it's going to be very important that they feel very comfortable with that person. We need to have a very strong, trusting relationship when you can communicate well, both directions, because communication and trust is just ultimately important in this type of financial relationship. So that would be something that would be very important in choosing and working with a person. The second thing that I would say, and a question that we ask people, is simply this. We ask a person, so ask yourself, do I know exactly how much money it's going to take for me to retire comfortably and remain comfortably retired? And if you don't know that number, what that is, then you probably could benefit substantially from working with someone to really find that out and then know and feel comfortable that you are on the path to ultimately where you want to be financially.
Some great information. Mark Meehee, thank you so much. Midwest Financial Group, thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure.
We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it, and we'll be back with more Talk of the Town right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town, and with me now I have Kevin Pickering, and you are the owner and also the head chef over at Solar Pizza Grill. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to talk about this topic because it sounds like you're doing something really interesting, and it also involves something I love, which is pizza.
Yes.
I think we all love pizza. It's a really big guilty pleasure of mine that I can't ever turn down, right? I think most people are in the same boat as me.
Yes, they are.
And we're talking about a green pizzeria where you guys are located in Waterloo. So tell us a little bit about your restaurant and the food that you offer.
Sure. Well, we are a relatively new restaurant. It's a pizzeria and grill. We're located in Waterloo, Wisconsin. We are open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. And we serve homemade pizzas, burgers, salads, appetizers, and we've got a good selection of Wisconsin craft beers as well.
Wow, sounds like a great place to drop by for lunch or maybe go with your friends and enjoy some delicious food.
It is.
Awesome. And now you guys are a 4-star green certified restaurant. So what does that mean and how did you achieve that certification? And congratulations.
Sure, thank you. So basically what that means is that we try to operate in the most environmentally responsible manner that we can. We worked with the Green Restaurant Association to earn points for various things like our 6-kilowatt solar system that we've got on the roof.
Oh, how cool. Is that how you developed the name?
That's part of it,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
that is part of it. It was also in an old church,
Oh,
so
okay.
kind of went together.
Interesting.
We also have like a pretty comprehensive composting and recycling program in place,
Wow.
As well as our on-site gardens.
Very cool. What a cool way to kind of, I guess, make a better impact on the world and also have your restaurant and, do a lot of good while you're in business. That's incredible.
Thank you.
And so now where do you guys get your ingredients from and your products?
Sure. Well, this summer, a lot of our produce came from our own backyard.
How cool.
We've got a 50 by 70 foot garden in the back where we grew
Whoa.
227 pounds of heirloom tomatoes. We produced our own lettuces for salads, onions, and some of our herbs as well. We also tried to source as much of our food from Wisconsin companies as we can. Most of our cheese comes from Wisconsin, of course. We also get our beef from a pasture-raised cattle farm in near Juneau,
Okay.
named Good Morning Babies Beef. And we also started working recently with Country Blossoms Organics out of Elmira for our additional produce needs.
That is so cool that you can literally pinpoint where all of these things are coming from, and even in your own backyard. And I would think that just brings so much more pride into the different things you can create with those, I guess, products, really.
Yeah, it does. And we also get like our cheeses directly from companies right in Waterloo. We work with Jim's Cheese Pantry and Crave Brothers Cheese for some of our needs as well.
So could you describe some of your pizzas for our viewers? And we apologize now, you're going to get really hungry after this.
Sure. Well, in addition to our traditional pizzas, we've got a number of specialty pizzas on the menu as well. And probably the most popular two are our White Forest pizza, which is a thin crust with our own roasted garlic white sauce that we make. It's got leeks, artichokes, onions, mushrooms, spinach, feta cheese on it. We've also got a bacon cheeseburger pizza that people seem to rave about. Difference with ours is we put sliced pickles on the top of it at the end, which scares some people, but you've got to have it that way.
Interesting. It does kind of scare me a little bit, but it sounds like it must be good.
It's perfect.
If people love it. So before we go here, why should our viewers dine at Solar and what can they expect?
Sure. We're trying to encourage people to come out to support the small restaurants in the smaller communities that are in the greater Madison area, let's say. We'd like people to come through and check out our town and see what it has to offer. And you'll be met with friendly service, nice casual atmosphere, and then of course delicious pizza.
There's no reason not to go, it sounds like.
Correct.
Awesome. Kevin Pickering, again, the owner and head chef over at Solar Pizza Grill. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back with more Talk of the Town here on Wisconsin's 57 right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town, and with me now I have Kara Olson, and she is a sales manager over at Sassy Cow Creamery, and today we're going to be talking about Farmstead Dairy. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it, and I think a lot of people are familiar with your name at least and kind of have a little bit of an idea of what you guys do, but for those who maybe don't or don't know all the different things you do, give us a little summary of everything.
So Sassy Cow Creamery is a farmstead dairy. We're located just north of Sun Prairie, so not too far from Madison. There we own and operate our own dairy herds. We have an organic herd and a traditional herd. And so then in 2008, we built our own creamery. And so we bottle the milk from our dairy herds, and we also make ice cream at the creamery.
Ice cream.
Yes.
One of the best things, especially when, that's really cool when you can know where it's coming from. That's a really cool experience.
Yeah, we offer lots of tours all summer
Awesome.
long, and then every day that we can come out and view all of the bottling and the ice cream making.
Sweet. Literally,
Yes,
sweet.
very.
Now, how long have you guys been in business?
We opened in 2008, so we've been bottling milk and making ice cream since then.
I love it. And now, what would you say sets you guys apart from other businesses that are like yours?
So we're pretty unique that we actually operate and own our own dairy herds as well as bottle and make ice cream. So we have everything from the cow and the farm all the way to the processing and the finished product.
That's really cool that you can kind of have, I guess, be a part of that entire process. It's not like you said where maybe you just have the herd and then you send the milk and you wave goodbye sort of thing. That's really unique and a really cool aspect of what you guys do. So what new products do you guys have available?
Right now we have a lot of our fall flavors of ice creams out. We have pumpkin praline and apple pie and caramel apple. And then starting next week, we have our eggnog out. So it's a seasonal favorite, so that'll be out now through the new year. So.
Oh, this is making me hungry as we speak. Do you have a favorite flavor of your fall ice creams?
Oh, I really like the pumpkin praline.
I see. I think that's what I'd be leaning towards too.
Anything pumpkin.
Same. I just love anything pumpkin right now. You'll have to check it out for sure. Or try all the flavors and let us know.
Over 40, so we have a lot.
40 flavors.
Yes.
Wow. So you have to find one out of the 40 that you like, definitely, if not more. So where can people buy your products, or maybe those 40 flavors of ice cream?
So in the Madison area, any independent stores, the Metcalf stores, Hy-Vee, Woodman's, the Willie Street Co-ops, so anything independent. And then our creamery store is located just north of Sun Prairie. We're about 20 minutes from the east side. So there you can get all the flavors of ice cream. We do cones, dishes, sundaes, shakes. We have some animals at the creamery for people to pets and meat, so
very
it's worth
cool.
the drive.
So is the creamery at a different location than the farm
Yep,
itself?
the creamery is located between the two farms, so we bring the milk up every day to bottle it, and then we have a bunch of different activities at the creamery, some sheeps and goats and baby calves for kids to come out and pet. So.
What a fun experience.
Yes, for
and
sure.
Another fall experience, really, it seems like it. So tell us again where you guys are located. So
we're located just north of Sun Prairie off of Highway N. We're about 6 miles north of 151. So we have an attraction sign off the freeway, so you can just look for us there.
Lovely. And now, how long have you been with Sassy Cow?
Since we opened, so since the beginning, yep.
Very cool. So has it
8-ish
been
years.
cool to kind of see the transition, I guess, into what it has become now? Or what has that been like?
It's been crazy. So we
sure.
started off really small, and now we're bottling about 1 million pounds of milk a month.
Wow.
So yeah.
1 million pounds.
Yes.
That's not even something you can, I can't imagine.
No, it's a lot of milk. So but that's for milk and ice cream. So we've definitely grown, and we're still working on getting our name out there. So.
What would you say is your favorite part about working for Sassy Cow?
I think that I do something different every day.
Yeah.
So, and then connecting with consumers and having the ability to show them the farm and how we raise our cows, and then also presenting them with a gallon of milk or the ice cream. So
Right.
just informing the consumer.
Absolutely. And now you guys have a website or anything people can come grab some more information on?
SassyCowCreamery.com has all of our information about visiting us and our products. Otherwise, Facebook as well. We do new ice cream flavors and lots of calf and farm pictures for people to check out.
Oh,
So
I love it. So be sure to like them on Facebook and follow everything on there
Yes.
as well. Again, Kara Olson with Sassy Cow Creamery. You're the sales manager over there. Thanks for being with us
yes,
today.
thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. And thank you to all of our guests, and thank you for watching today. You can find us next time only on Wisconsin's 57.